stop our need. A lot of way back home, coming in from the cold. And
Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Andy, and I'm excited to be with you again today. We are on day 3 of how to use Google Docs like a pro. So let's get started. Before I do that, let me check over here on, I'm sorry, just a sec. I got to make sure that I'm able to see when people want to say something to me in case somebody has a question while I'm trying to teach you something. So let me switch over to this screen. There it is. Now I can see what's going on. In case somebody wants to talk to me, I'm ready to talk back to them. Okay, there we go. So, are you ready? Today we're talking all about tables. So, you know what a table is, right? It looks like a spreadsheet. Everything is organized in columns and rows. And let's get started. So before we do, there's probably enough room in this area. Uh-oh, you know what? I need to turn my, can y'all see my mouse? Let me do something real quick and give you a different mouse shot so that, just a second. Sorry, I should have been a little bit quicker on this. All right, there we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. Okay. All right, so anyway, before we do this, there's probably enough room in this lower area of the screen to put up a table of the document. I'm sure there is. However, I would rather go ahead and create a new page. So in Google Docs, just so you know, the easiest way to create a new page is to hold down the Control key and hit Enter. That means create a new page. So there we go. We did it. Now let's scroll down just so we can see more of this page that we're going to create. Okay, so if we go up to Insert, and then we go to Table, and then you can highlight how many cells that you want to do, right? So, and you could go monsters. We're not going to do that. How about we just make a 2x2 table? Okay, actually, let's do a 2x3. Is that good for you? Three columns wide and 2 rows long, tall, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now, if you want to leave the borders alone, you can. If you want to change the borders, which I'm not a border kind of guy on the cells, you can highlight the whole table. So what I did is I clicked from the bottom right and went to the top left. Got that? Then you click on your 3 dots and see these lines right here? That's the border width. We're going to just make it 0 and our border goes away. Okay, so remember we've got 3 wide, so we're just going to call this A1, and then we're going to go to the next one, and you can hit Tab to go to the next one, and this would be B1. B1, duh. All right, and Tab, and this is going to be C1. And then if we go to the next one, that would be A2. Now, you don't have to name them or anything. I'm just doing this so we know where we are. All right, so there we have our table set up. Now, if you were going to put headers on the top, you could underline. You guys have seen this, make them bold or highlighted or underlined or italicized or whatever you want to do. So we're going to make these underline. And once again, we're doing the same thing. You can either go up to the top and hit the U for underline, or you can do a Control U. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Control U. And the same thing here. All right. So if we want to do different things with the table, for example, and just so you know, you can change the alignment, whether each table is centered like this way, or middle this way, or top or bottom, whatever you want to do. So right now, these are all left justified. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some, let's say that we're doing a menu, okay? And so this is going to be, and we probably need one more. So let's do an insert. Insert, actually we want to do this. And can we go to insert? We want to insert a cell. There we go. So we're going to insert a column to the left. And so I highlighted the column where I wanted to go, and we're going to say insert column to the left. All right, so this is going to say, we're going to say Monday, or we're going to say Monday here. Let's create a menu. So this is going to say breakfast. And this will be lunch. be dinner. Or whatever you call your evening meal. All right, so this is going to be, let's say we're going to have eggs, bacon, toast, juice, goodness, coffee. All right, now here's what I want. The reason I did a list here of so many items is see how this is going to be justified so that the top of it is there. Now we could change the arrangement so that this would be centered. We could make it middle. So let's just make this one because we know this row of data is 5 lines long, right? So we could make this cell a line. Oh, goodness, format. And then we can tell it to align left, bottom, right, how we want to do. And so we can do a center. Oh, there we go. See it centered. And we're going to switch it back to left, justify. We can make the headings centered, how we want to do, or switch it back to left. We can change this for the spacing. So if we want to have more space between our lines, and the same thing occurs in a paragraph, we can change it to double spaced, 1.5. See how it made them taller like that? So there's more room in it. All right, so that's the info on a table. And of course, if we had Tuesday, instead of doing, we could let's just do a row. So we're going to go to Insert. Where'd it go? No, I want to right click. I'm sorry. We're going to insert and row below. So this would actually be Tuesday, right? And then we could do the same thing. So if you wanted to create a menu to put on the fridge, if you are at home, then you could do this kind of thing with Google Sheets. Even better, one of the things that we haven't talked about, I'm sorry, Google Docs. One of the things that we haven't talked about is the portability of Google Docs. So you can do this right now. I'm doing this on a web browser on a Linux computer. Okay. I could open this up on my Windows computer and it's still good to go just like it is on this one. I could open it up on my cell phone and it would still be good to go, and I could edit it and modify it on my cell phone. And you guys have already seen me share it with my other email account. So that's a little bit about tables. Tomorrow we're going to work on graphics. We're going to insert a picture. We're going to justify the text around the picture and all that kind of stuff. So just to give you an example, this picture is at the top of the document, okay? This picture is on the side of the document, and I've got it wrapped around it. So, okay, so you'll have to look and see how we do that tomorrow. By the way, I know y'all love the kitty cats because we talked about that one time on a video. And then we can also talk about this area right here. That's a table, y'all. So I've got a table there set up with several different rows, and then I've got a picture on one side and text on the other. You can do amazing things with Google Docs, and we're going to get a little bit more into it. Tomorrow we're doing, we may add some pictures into this table. We may just create a picture at the header. We may create a picture on the side, something. We may just create a new document. Who knows? I will tell you what we're going to do. I just made myself a note. We're going to create a new page, and we're going to set it up like it's an advertisement for something. How's that sound? Where we're going to have a picture. We may have a table in it since we're reviewing these same things. That's where we're going tomorrow. So be here. By the way, if you want any of these documents that I've already talked about in the past, if you want my kitty cat document, whatever. If you want any of these documents, send me a message, and I'll be happy to get it to you. If you like what we're doing, please let me know that you're happy to learn about Google Docs because you want to be a pro at Google Docs. Also, if you have any idea of things that you want me to talk about that have to do with tech, I'd be happy to do it. Typically, I would do that on a Tuesday because remember I started a Tech Tuesday. But right now we're doing this 7-day series. This is day 3. We've got 4 days left to go. All right, have yourself a fantastic afternoon, and we're going to listen to some Look At You Now as we go home. Be blessed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.